Welcome to another episode of Two Guys and a Mic. And as you can clearly see, that the two guys and Mike are no longer here. It's just the two Mexican amigos. So this whole podcast is going to be in Spanish going forward.
Yeah.
Mateo. Okay,
Secondary audio programming. Click the button.
No, we're here to recap the week 4 of the season. And so with that, I'll just get started because we want to get through this and talk about these games, to put that way.
Yeah. Interesting week.
Yeah, very interesting week. Some good things, some bad things, but I think it showed a lot. We'll talk about it when we get there, especially to the Sunday night game that happened last night. But just so everyone's aware, the Monday night game is ongoing right now. Normally it's over by the time we roll this podcast. And so we'll talk about what's ongoing right now with the Seahawks Giants. I don't really have much to say, Matt. I think it's going as expected. Crappy game. Giants are garbage. Without Saquon, they are nothing. I think that's just evident at this point. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I mean, their run game is non-existent. That should say the least. I mean, I had the Seahawks winning, but I thought it'd be a lot closer than this. Seahawks defense the past 3 weeks has not been very good. They've been thrown and ran on consistently, and for the Giants to come in here and not muster anything more than 3 points, it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones, no touchdowns. I mean, he doesn't have any passing touchdowns. I don't know about the rushing so far. I guess a couple rushing plays here and there, but this game is, like you said, it's not a very good game.
Yeah, I think to my surprise, I know Geno Smith had a slow start. Then he had that one monster game. I just feel like it sucks because I want Geno. I was rooting for Geno Smith. You know, I know he had an amazing season last season. Everyone's like, all right, going forward. I drafted Geno. That's how I believed in him then that much, you know. And he's just been letting everybody down. I think obviously look at the stats so far. He's letting everybody down. And
he was hurt in this game. He left. I want to say late in the second, all at the quarter, but I think he came back in the fourth quarter from what I'm reading on the.
Oh, did he? See, I haven't even.
Yeah, he had an ankle injury. He was rolled on, getting tackled out of bounds on the rushing play.
That's why his stats are so low. Well, if he was down for the second quarter, I mean, he had 170 yards in 2 quarters. That's not.
Yeah. He still has. I mean, he has a touchdown pass, something Daniel Jones don't have, and he's played all 4 quarters. So. I don't think we need to go any more deeper into that. And well, like you said, Kenneth Walker. You want to touch on that before we move on?
Yeah, Kenneth Walker is not my favorite, man. I feel like there's a lot of hype around him, especially in fantasy, and people were drafting him pretty high. I just don't think he's good whatsoever. And look at this, 12 for 41 and 1 TD against the Giants defense that got destroyed by every running back they've played thus far. I don't understand it, dude. He has so much. If this was the game to like shine, this was the game to shine, and he's just not.
Yeah. I mean, I expected him. I took him in FanDuel this week. I thought he was going to break out. You know, everybody's been running on the Giants.
Yep.
McCaffrey tore him up, and it's just. What is he averaging? That's under 3.5 a carry, right?
Yep.
That's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very good. He's just a big home run guy. Kenneth Walker is home run or miss. Kind of like when Saquon came in the league young, looking for the home run hit, and if he doesn't get it, he's just been lucky enough to fall into the end zone. What he's at, I think he has 5 touchdowns on the year for fantasy.
Yeah, I think that the Seahawks do a good job of getting to the end zone, then he just punches it in. So, but as far as like anything in between, I think the Seahawks are going to do better than what most people think they are going to do, only because they're able to do both. But I don't think they're good at both, right? They're just able to muster something together and get to 2-1. So tonight it'll be 3-1. Yeah. All right, going over to the Falcons-Jags game in London. I did not obviously get up and watch this game because I knew it was going to be shitty, given a lot of international games are always the same. Players are tired. It's a long flight. And I think they go over a week in advance. So after they finish the week prior's game, they leave that night or something to London so that they can practice all week over there. That's what I read. I don't know if it was the case this time, but
no, I heard they get there a few days early.
Yeah,
to get used to the whole time travel stuff, and not time traveling, but
Well, no, I mean, I travel a lot for work, and I travel internationally, and it takes a toll on you, man. You're tired.
Yeah.
It's nothing you can do about it. So I feel for these guys. I feel them, and I feel like this game, Trevor Lawrence, he's letting everybody down, man. He screwed you. I mean, Mr.
eliminated. Yeah,
Can't even
thank you,
survive.
No, you had to bring that up, but yeah,
I had to.
He has not looked good, and the weird thing is, I was reading up on it. The first 4 weeks of last year, in 2022, he started off slow. Then after that, they started to get it rolling. Which is weird. I mean, this year you have Calvin Ridley. You figured that's going to help him out a lot more with Zay Jones and Evan Ingram and all the weapons it has around him with the run game with Tank Bigsby and ETN. It's just hasn't come to fruition yet, and it's a little disappointing. I mean, but they do. I think they have a rough schedule coming up, so I want to say the next 2 games it eases up. After that, it gets a little tougher. But they need to figure it out because in the AFC, it's a gauntlet in the AFC. So if they don't figure it out soon, they might find themselves out of the playoffs. But the good thing for them is that division is not strong either. So
yeah, I agree.
They have a chance to win the division.
I think going back to Calvin Ridley, I think as time passes, like I hope, because obviously I did that trade for Calvin Ridley. I mean, I hope that they build a better rapport and they get better. I hope they get better because Trevor Lawrence was phenomenal at the end of last season. And so with Calvin Ridley, that first game, man, we were like, oh shit, Jack's are gonna be good, and then just downhill from there. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah. Well, his target share has gone down a lot. I mean, each of the first 3 weeks, I want to say he was like at a 28, 29% target share week 1. It went down to like 19, 18 week 2. This week was at 12%. He only had 2 for 38.
It just makes no sense what's going on over there. So I know they won, but they played the Falcons. I mean, Ritter's not the answer. I don't even think he shows potential for getting better. This is one of those things where I talked about it in the preseason where I told you guys, like, I just don't know about them. They're a young team that have potential to grow, but I don't know if Ritter's that answer for them.
No, he's not. He's not the answer. Yeah, I mean, you could blatantly see it. It's not he does not command the offense well. Versary's not there. He's up and down in the pocket. He's so inaccurate with the ball. It's not even funny.
Even look, London is falling down.
It was bad. The only bright spot in that offense is Bijan, and I feel bad for the guy because I mean, if you had even an average quarterback with the weapons that he has with Drake London around him and then Kyle Pitts, and that's a disappointment too. I mean, we don't want to get into the whole. I mean, the Falcons are the Falcons. We all know it.
A lot of people that are upset, not even just about Bijan, but they're more upset about Kyle Pitts because he's being like mismanaged, and not even mismanaged, like abused mentally, like mental abuse right there in that team because he's not doing anything. He's such a good tight end, and he does no one to point to him.
The guy's open like 40 yards, and Ritter underthrows him, overthrows him. It's not even a catchable ball, and it's
pretty bad. I think Bijan's in the same position Barkley was when he came into the league a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But that being said, go over to the Ravens-Browns game.
This was a shellacking, but there was no Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
Throw that out there.
I agree. I still think the Browns would have lost with Deshaun Watson. It was a dumpster fire of a game, but because Deshaun Watson didn't play, I can't knock the Browns that much. So I think Lamar Jackson did Lamar Jackson things.
Oh, and I mean, to touch on that, like, I think this wasn't a true test. This wasn't the true test of the true colors of each team because the Browns have a really stout defense, but they had no good quarterback play to protect that defense. They were on the field the whole game. Ravens, I mean, they looked a lot better on offense. Lamar Jackson had 2 passing touchdowns. What do you have? Mark Andrews, I think, 5 for 82 touchdowns. So, I mean, they looked a lot better on offense, but you got to remember that defense was on the field a lot because the offense couldn't protect them. So, I think this was a wash. You can't really see who's who.
Think about Ravens secondary. Their secondary was their secondary was like, if it was any game for DTR, I don't know what his first name.
Dorian, I think it's Dorian, right?
Dorian Thompson Robinson. Damn, I hate saying that whole thing. DTR, like if there was a game for him to at least do better than 121 yards, this was it, and he didn't.
Yeah, and he had 3 picks. Yeah. So
I don't get it, but it was a dumpster fire.
Yeah. Besides that, there was really nothing here besides the Mark Andrews and. It's really nothing here. Actually, there was something to touch on. Elijah Moore had a -1 rush for -20 yards. I don't know how that happens, but it happened.
If you watch the play, because it pissed me off because, like, I watched the play. I watched the highlight of the play, right? And it was one of those things where people were like posting like, oh, does he know which way he's running? He knows which way he's fucking running, guys. He tried to do a rope a dope and got caught, and then he got pulled back. I think he just fell backwards it was like an avalanche from one bad step to the next, and just kept pushing him backwards and backwards.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him, but this shit happens. Could have been worse. Could have fumbled.
Yeah, that's true.
But going on to the damn, you know what sucks? I feel like we're going from one dumpster fire to the next dumpster fire to the next dumpster fire.
Let me know how you feel. I don't know how to feel about this. You tell me how you unless you want me to start it. I'll tell you my emotions. What's going on here with the whole Cincinnati Bengal debacle? Honestly, we've all said it since week one, the preseason. You know, Burrow had the calf injury. He's not himself. The Joe Burrow we know would step up in the pocket. He can maneuver. He can roll out, and he can get some rushing yards with the legs. That's what helped him in the past. Now, if you looked at the plays, looked at the highlights, he's a statue in the pocket, man. He cannot move. He's just getting mad pressure up the middle. If you're getting mad pressure right now up the middle on Burrow, it's over. He's going down. He's either going down with the ball or he's just throwing the ball to his running backs at it. Pass that's not even catchable ball. So this offense is going to, and to top it off, injuries are starting to catch up now. Higgins has I think it's a fractured rib. He's out a few weeks. There's no timetable for it. They said a few weeks, so we'll see how that goes. But now it's just Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd, and Joe Mixon looks like a shell of himself. It could be the end of him. He's already 27. He's on the wrong side of 27. He's been used a lot. The offensive lines, it's a debacle. I mean, they brought in people from last year that I think they paid over like 80, 90 million on the offensive line, and it's not working.
It's not working.
I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, and I don't. So I agree with everything you just said.
And this was a get right. Let me add. This was a get right game for Joe Burrow. Everybody said the Titans are the worst pass defense in the NFL. Couldn't muster a touchdown. It's alarming, and I'm going to say they're not making the playoffs this year. I'm going out and saying
100%, bro. I'm glad you said that because I was waiting to get to this. I was waiting to get to this game because I was gonna backtrack my preseason, my pick. Yeah, because I can't stand by it anymore. No. Like I think I had the Bengals against the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and there's just no way. There's no way the Bengals are going to go to the Super Bowl. Look at Joe Burrow he's the definition of, and I'm not saying this is happening because of Joe Burrow, but he's the definition of become the highest paid and then do garbage. Like I know he's hurt and he has that, and he can't step back to make a deep throw. He can't be mobile and get out of situations. He can't do any of that because of his injury. But like what's happening to him right now is the definition of you fucking paid somebody being the highest paid and they just shit the bed. This is what's happening. I feel so bad for the guy because he's good. And the team's frustrated because Jamar Chase, when he was just like, I'm always open. Like,
did you see it? He was like, I'm always fucking open. He told the reporter.
He's mad, bro. He's
always fucking open.
And I wonder what him and Joe are telling each other because they're friends, they're close.
Oh yeah, some college teammates. Yeah, LSU.
I wonder what he's telling them. Like, I wonder what they're talking, what those conversations are like.
Well, the weird thing is, last week he was force fed. He had like 12 for 140 something, right, and a touch. Chase or something like that. Somewhere on that
vicinity. And when Higgins gone, and you double team Chase every time, like, what are they gonna do?
It's gonna be bad. It's bad. And I would suggest you guys, fantasy players, do not. You want to pick up Tyler Boyd, you go ahead, and you start him. And I hope I'm playing against you because he ain't gonna get you shit. So
ain't that the truth? But like, let's talk about the other side of the ball with the Bengals. I think we don't have to talk about the Titans because I don't think they played well. Derrick Henry ran all over them, but
this is their game script. Yeah, they need to be ahead to win.
Yeah, but that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Look at Derrick Henry. He did Derrick Henry things.
Yeah,
but against the Bengals defense that a lot of people were high on in the preseason, like they did some good moves and good signings. They kept some key players.
Yeah,
where's that defense that was there that has been there for the past few seasons? It's not just Joe Burrow going down; it's the defense.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think it helps because they can't sustain drives on offense. Offense goes hand in hand. I mean, we're both Raider fans. We know how it goes. If your defense is on that field all the time, getting abused, they're going to break down. No matter what you're going 3 and out, you're getting even first down, and you're going 3 and out after that. It's not going to help your defense whatsoever. You need to sustain drives. And not only get field goals, you need to get touchdowns, man, in this league. If you're getting field goal after field goal, I'm sorry to tell you, you're not going to win too many games in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean,
it's tough, man. It's a tough situation to watch. It's a sad situation to watch.
It is.
Watching these highlights of Joe Burrow just get demolished. Just, oh my God.
You can see it right there. The guy can't step up in the pocket.
Highlight after highlight after highlight, dude. I feel bad. But all right. Anything else to say on the Bengals Titans?
No. I mean, it's pretty much it. We get on to the next one. The battle of the fucking the battle of the defeated this week, huh? Somebody had to win.
Somebody has to win.
Honestly, I was thinking that's what they've been saying. Somebody has to win, but this shit can end up in a tie. I guess people forgot it can end up in a tie.
Imagine,
but somebody did win.
It almost did, bro. Well, let me put it this way.
It almost went to overtime.
I feel like this game didn't show how good the Broncos could be. It just showed how bad both teams are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Like the Bears, like we expected, Bears are going to demolish the Broncos because everybody's been steamrolling them up until the third quarter. They were.
Oh, dude, Justin Fields, he looked like a different quarterback this week. Did you see it? I loved it.
Yeah.
He had no rushing yards. He was slinging it. He had 335 and 4.
You see that catch by DJ Moore?
DJ Moore looked good.
They need to play that highlight right there.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm more. Are you more disappointed in the Broncos defense after what they showed last year, or are you more?
Yes, I think we're expecting. Okay, I 100% know what you're going to ask, and I agree with it. The Broncos defense is what I'm disappointed in. Not necessarily surprised by the Bears offense. I don't think the Bears offense is good whatsoever. No. I think they played the Broncos defense of this year. They've been trash every single game.
Bad. It is bad.
I don't understand what's going on.
This defense was a top defense last year, the first 8 weeks, and then they, of course, like you said, you don't sustain drives with your offense, and they didn't last year, and they broke down. But here they've been broken since week 1.
Since week 1, and this one you can't even blame on Russell Wilson, bro. Like it was their defense. I don't understand it. I have no clue what's going on.
They pulled the win out, but I mean, it was not looking good.
Yeah, it did not look good, but Bears offense, it sucks to say, like, damn, Bears offense looked great, but I want to say, everyone take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Do not expect that every week. They are playing the shittiest Broncos defense in the past 25 years.
Yeah, and I they were ran on so much by Miami last week that they were saying, like, based off the stats and everything, that they're probably going to finish last as the worst rush defense this year. Based off that one game, they gave up like almost 300 something yards rushing.
Yeah, I think that's
it is bad. Stats. It's bad. Yeah,
I mean, look, they had a freaking third string running back run 72 yards on them. I mean, McLaughlin, I drafted him as my last pick. You guys all laughed. You guys all laughed at me, but look at him.
Yeah. What's the name went down? I think it was a hip injury, right?
Hip flexor injury.
Yeah. So they said don't expect him to miss much time, but they haven't said if he's going to miss this week. So,
So I've had a hip flexor injury before. I think he'll at least miss 1 or 2 weeks, depending on the severity of it. That hip flexor, you use it for a lot more than you think you use it for.
Before we move on, Broncos next week against the Jets.
Another dumpster fire of a fucking game, bro.
Hey, for all you fantasy managers out there, I'm throwing Brees Hall on my lineups. He has to. He hits one, he's gone against his rush defense. Yeah,
I honestly think the Jets take that game next week. They have to.
I mean, we'll see.
Yes, both teams are trash, but the Jets defense, they're good.
Oh, that is phenomenal, man. And Zach Wilson, we'll get to him. He showed me something a little different this week.
Don't fucking talk about Zach. I'll reach to this camera and punch you in the face. We'll talk about that when we get there.
All right. I'm on to the next.
All right, on to the next. The Rams-Colts game. I fucking love me some Nakua, man. I don't know where this guy is. He deserves fucking not even just rookie of the year. He deserves MVP. He is amazing.
You're going a little too far. Maybe offensive player of the year.
No, bro. Look at what he's doing for what everyone expected to be a trash Rams team. Yes, he only has 1 touchdown on the year. But look at what he's done as a
rookie.
As a rookie.
4th round rookie at that.
This is insane. MVP, it's hard. Okay, I maybe went a little bit overboard. Maybe not MVP. He's not going to win because McCaffrey's and fucking exists. But he's just. I am so happy this fact that I get to watch this kid play.
And I can't believe he runs great routes. I can't believe I didn't see that. Coming out of college, he's a fucking phenomenal. Him and Cooper Kupp, some of the fucking greatest route runners I've seen. Cooper Kupp runs great routes. He runs great routes and shit, man. Hey, if you're not in a relationship, you get you somebody that looks at Puka Nacua the way Matthew Stafford looks at fucking Puka Nacua. He's like, is that Cooper Kupp? I'm gonna throw you the fucking ball.
Did you read what Nacua said today or yesterday or something? I don't know. He was doing an interview and somebody asked him like I don't know I forgot what they asked him, but he said that like the biggest influence on him has been Cooper Kupp. Like Coop's been talking to him, kind of hyping him up and saying, look, like as a rookie, he came in, he had doubts about his performance. Like he just had, before his season even started, he had doubts about himself. Fourth round rookie wide receiver, like everyone's going to have fucking doubts. And Coop's just like telling him like, bro, like you're hyping him up. You're a great player, man. You're going to play like you're telling me you're going to play an elite player, telling him all these things and just, dude, he is owning it. I love watching him play. He is just amazing to watch.
I like it. Yeah, I do. And this Rams team, man, we predict they're going to be horrible, but look at they're 500 through a month. Yep. This is a big sample size. 4 weeks is a really good sample size.
Yep.
I think after 4 weeks, you can tell what a team is going to be and not going to be. And I think this team could be a wild card team, man.
I think they can be a wild card team. I agree. And I think for me personally, the Rams' biggest test was against the Niners.
And they showed up. They played.
They showed
gave it all they got.
Even though they lost, that was a good game for what everyone expected them to not. Like we thought they were going to get steamrolled. Nope, great game. And that to me, wild card team potentially can go farther than we think. So
the Rams let Akers go. Kyron Williams, 25 for 103, 2 touchdowns. He looks good, man.
So do you think it was Akers or do you think it was
no?
The team,
honestly, it was Akers. I think Akers outplayed his time there in LA. Honestly, with those coaching staff, the debacle from last year and going into this year, it was time to move on. But I mean, they found themselves a comparable running back, maybe even better. Who knows?
Yep.
And to go to the other side, Anthony Richardson, the passing, not so much. He was 11 to 25, not very good completion percentage at all. 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, of course, he's a mobile quarterback rookie trying to get used to the NFL, but I mean, they put up a fight. He does.
I'll say this. Richardson is doing better than Bryce Young. Definitely 100% better than Bryce Young. But he's playing stupid sometimes. What you say? You got that concussion last week. Like I just feel like if he learns to not make poor decisions, I feel, which he can. I feel like he's going to be a good starting quarterback in this league. He's not going to be elite, but he's definitely be above average. So
I agree.
We'll see where it goes. But my next question is, looking at Zach Moss with 18 and 70, how much of an impact do you think Taylor's going to have starting next week?
Well, I don't honestly think he's playing. I read the update.
Hold him back? I
read the update. So this is how it works. They activated him off the pup list, right? He has a 21-day window to get ready. If he feel like he's not ready to go or he's still not ready to go, they can throw him back on pup for another 4 weeks. So they activated him, and same thing with Cooper Kupp. They have a 21-day window. And the rumor coming out is, I don't know if you read it, he does not want to play for them.
I have not read that at all.
It came out 2 days ago saying that he's still stuck with, he does not want to play for the Indianapolis Colts. And the Colts are still stuck and not want to give him an extension. So something has to give. And I think he has to play 8 weeks in order for this to cure. Yeah, this season to cure as a full season toward his contract. If not, this year will not count toward his contract, and this year will roll over till next year.
I feel so bad for him because I don't think they're going to trade him. They want the house for him, and he's just not worth it.
And then they came out saying, I saw a report, they're only asking for a second. Bullshit. If you're asking for a second, he would have been gone to Miami a long time ago.
Long time. And I honestly think that was for the better that he did not go to Miami.
I don't know, man. You see what the hell's going on with those running backs? You throw JC behind there? Shit.
I don't know. I just feel like Jonathan Taylor wouldn't have had enough time to learn
to get acclimated.
To get that training. I mean, or to get that conditioning in. I think that A-Chain and Mostert deserve it.
You can't tell me A-Chain's going off. You can't tell me fucking you get JT behind that team.
Dominant. dominant. But it is what it is. So
speaking of that, we're moving on to them.
Yeah. No, Dolphins Bills. I want to hear your opinion on this game in like an overall.
I saw into the fourth quarter, halfway to the fourth. So,
I know you're a big Dolphins fan. The Raiders.
No. My wife's a Dolphins fan, and then she converted my youngest, and now she's a Dolphins fan. She has a Waddle jersey, fucking waddling around the house.
Hey, you know so that you paid for? No, I would tell my kid to fucking pay for their own jersey.
Javon paid for that one. I didn't pay for it. But the pass rush, man, I'll give it to Buffalo. The pass rush was alive and well. Tua, I want to say before half, each team had, I want to say 3 possessions or 2 possessions each.
Yep.
They both scored touchdowns. So it looked like for a quarter and a half there that this was going to be a shootout and back and forth. Whoever had made the first mistake, and I said it, like whoever makes the first mistake here is gonna be behind the 8 ball. And sure enough, Mostert fumbled actually twice in this game. So, and they kept putting the pressure on Tua, and Tua's not that mobile guy, and it showed.
Yeah, well, he's not that mobile guy, and he doesn't need to be because he's gonna get you. I'm just happy. I'm happy that the Dolphins O-line protected Tua because I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that fucking game where he gets knocked out.
Armstead went down. Teron Armstead went down, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is not good." The way Buffalo was pass rushing, I was like, "Oh shit, he didn't come back." He's expected to play this week, and I'm like, "Dude, Tua better get rid of that damn ball, or something's gonna happen."
You want to know what I secretly believe?
Shit.
I secretly believe that they've threatened the Dolphins' offensive line and told them that if anything happens to Tua, it's your fault, and we'll never let you live it down. And so, because I mean, he's one concussion away from dead, and they probably tell them every day at practice, if you fucking let a sack through and he gets a concussion, it's your fault. He dies. Some shit like that. Like I just can't. Like I don't get it. Like any other quarterback can get a concussion or whatever, he gets sacked, whatever. But Tua goes down and he gets hurt bad, like because of concussion. I don't know. I'm scared for the guy. I'm just scared for the guy.
And I like the way Buffalo played coverage on Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill had 3 for 58. They took everything away deep. They're like, play us. We're gonna play you intermediate and play you. They fucking shadowed the safety over there. They rolled zone coverage over there. Tre'Davious White was kind of 1-on-1. I think we only went on 1-on-1 like a few times with them, mainly, but it was zone coverage, and we're not gonna let you beat us deep. And they play some good coverage, man. And they bought it uphill on Waddle.
Well, I took Bills in this game. I took the Bills in this game only because of their defense. I felt like I knew it was going to be a shootout, but when it comes to defenses, the Bills' defense is just
they have a better defense.
Better.
And Josh Allen was fucking phenomenal. 21 of 25.
That we need to see that more. Yeah,
if we can get that Josh Allen, then we got something cooking over there in Buffalo.
Yes, sir.
But to touch on it for little fantasy purposes, A-Chain had 11 touches. He scored fucking 31 fantasy points in a full PPR. He had 8 rushes for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. His first 2 rushes, Tony, I saw the fucking game, were inside the red zone, and he had like 2 rushes for like 10 yards and 2 touchdowns. I was like, come on now, dude. You can't be this efficient. 2 rushes, 2 touchdowns. What the hell is going on here? So do you think this is like a anomaly, or you think this is here to stay? Like he's like a,
as long as the Dolphins O-line stays healthy, I think it's here to stay. I think it's that O-line. I'm telling you, I firmly believe. Is he
like a Darren Sproles on crack?
It has to be. I just firmly believe that they have threatened the Dolphins offensive line and said, you better be the best version of yourself because somebody can die. And they're like, okay. And they're just
get the running game.
That look, because it benefits Tua, it benefits their running game.
Play action, all that shit.
When I saw this game, well, before this game, I was like, the Dolphins, they might be that team to beat. But then this happened, and I was like, I mean, I would have picked the Bills. I picked the Bills, but it's just like, I want to say the Dolphins at some point. I would say 6 out of 10 times Bills win this game.
Yeah. Well, they have to go to Miami, so we'll see how that goes. But they need to figure out something on the defensive end to stop Buffalo.
Yep.
And they need to figure out on the offensive end. Oh, and before we move on, Buffalo took a hit on defense. Tre'Davious White towards Achilles.
Yep, I saw that. And if you watch, that guy's crying, man. He knows.
That's their back end, man. Like if they meet next time in Tyreek Hill, they better figure out how to bottle him up without Tre'Davious White.
As long as you take out Tyreek Hill, I think you're good. Even though Jalen Waddle is amazing in and of himself, I think you take out Tyreek Hill. Jalen Waddle is not necessarily as fast. He's not anywhere near as fast as Tyreek Hill, and that's his bread and butter: speed and the ability to get open. So I feel like if you take Tyreek Hill out of the game, or at least force him to play underneath, you have a chance. You have a chance. I'll say you have a chance against the Dolphins. Put it that way. All right. Going over to the Vikings-Panthers, which another dumpster fire, if you ask me. Everyone's all hyped on the Vikings because they won.
Panthers were winning this game for a while.
Yes. Nobody paid attention to that. And I was like, the Vikings beat the Panthers, first of all. You say that out loud. You're like, the game wasn't that amazing. Yeah. Second, they were losing most of this game.
14-3, right? Or something like that. Something like shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, 13-7. And going into halftime. So I don't know. I feel like Cousins needs to go do some Aaron Rodgers fucking self-healing bullshit.
19 pass attempts. I heard it on the podcast I listened to, and I'm gonna say it here. He had 19 pass attempts. How in the hell are we throwing the ball only 19 times in 2023? Especially with this offense, Tony. This offense has been slinging it the past 3 weeks.
I don't understand what they were doing.
And they decided to give Madison like 20 touches. And I'm like, okay, well, it ended up winning. But honestly, this came down to Bryce Young. Bryce Young does not look good. I mean,
he's not the answer.
And honestly, if Andy Dalton was a quarterback this week, I think this would have been a different outcome. I think the Panthers could have taken this game.
I agree. But Andy Dalton would have that veteran presence, and he would have just demolished. He would have demolished the Vikings defense. Their defense is not that good.
No.
And Andy Dalton was playing well last week. I think they should have started him again.
They should have just stuck with him. Yeah.
Yep. Bryce Young has a lot to learn.
You can't really do that because they already started the rookie. So they got to kind of throw him back in there and see what they got. They can't give him that confidence to where now we're going to bench you over a veteran. And Andy Dalton.
They don't want to eat his confidence alive that much. So I don't have much else to say on this game other than.
And it was a one-score game, like Mike said. You were saying earlier, they won a one-score game. But every game they've been in is one score, and they're 1-3 because of it. So
yep.
Look at this game. This was
this is my favorite game of the week.
Hey, I said this shit. I said on the podcast. I said the best. I think I even told you too. I think the best quarterback coming out. You've asked me in the offseason on the phone. Is C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, we both wanted the Raiders to move up for C.J. Stroud.
He's so good,
man.
He's so fucking good.
This guy is the next elite quarterback. With time, he is gonna look at him. Look at him,
dude. Look at his pocket presence. I've seen highlights. I
have hard eyes right now, and you can't tell.
Oh, dude, he's a pocket passer, and
definition of it. I love it.
He does not move. He moved a little bit at Ohio State in college. He just does not move. He's not a mobile guy, but he's going to stand in there and take that hit and deliver that strike. Man, it's just
vision, poise. This is the guy.
Reading the coverage.
You and I wanted them to go to the Raiders. I'm fucking pissed off the Raiders didn't make a fucking chance. It annoys me, but whatever. It is what it is. We're in this world. I'm happy for the kid. Definitely the best quarterback.
No doubt. Dude, he's tearing it up. And it's crazy. Nico Collins, I understand it takes 3 years. Realistically, we all say it takes 3 years for a wide receiver to develop. This is his third year, but now he has a viable quarterback, Yeah, to throw it to him. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it's not even just that. I feel like the more that the Texans honestly, I am not afraid to say that the Texans might be a wild card team if Stroud continues to develop at a consistent rate.
Yeah.
Because he's gotten better and better every game.
Bro, check this out. A lot of people are going to say, well, you're crazy, Tony. No, I'm going to defend Tony's fucking argument here. You know why? They're 2-2, right? Through 4 weeks, 500. Damian Pierce hasn't looked himself. He had 24 for 81. Not a very good stat line for rushing. But Stroud's still in there slinging it, veering down the coverage. I mean, veering down the the pressure, standing and delivering. But I don't know if you know this. 4 out of the 5 starting offensive linemen are hurt.
Ooh.
I don't know if you know that. Laramie Tunsil's out, left tackle. Like,
I did not.
That's why they cannot get the running game going. But they're not out for the year. Most of them are coming back either this week or next week. 2 of them are on the PUP list. So this team can get better.
They can get better,
and the running game can get better.
It's a good little fact.
So now, if you give him more time with the starting offensive line, oh man, look out!
Look out!
There could be another level here, like you said.
Do you think? Let's play. What if? What if the Texans trade for Jonathan
Adams?
Taylor, bro. Devontae Adams, fuck out of here, bro. Jonathan Taylor.
JT, and this is that one. No, I don't. That's not happening. That's a divisional rival. I ain't gonna trade him in division. No.
What they offer first? I don't know. They could. Fucking, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think Dameon Pierce is good. It's just you got to get these offensive linemen back and protecting Stroud and run blocking for Pierce, and we'll see where it goes from there. But if this is
who they play next week,
I'm not sure. But why you do that? If this is how it is with backup offensive linemen, I want to see him when he has his full complement of starters around him, as far as protection. You know,
so,
who they playing?
Texans could win
the next couple. I'm pretty sure they could. Why you look all dumbfounded over there? What's going on? They have easy schedule? Don't tell me they do, huh?
Oh my god, I wish I could just change the screen right now. Dude, they could win their next 10 games.
I mean
11 games. They could win out the season.
If they win
look, okay, I'm gonna read you the teams.
The next 11. Go ahead. Fire him.
Falcons.
Okay. Keep going.
The Saints.
Yeah, the way they play on offense,
The Panthers, the Buccaneers, they might lose that one. Yeah. But the Bucks, the Bengals, if the Bengals continue to play garbage.
Yeah.
The Cardinals, the Jaguars. They'll put up a good game against the Jaguars.
That's going to be a divisional game, yeah.
They'll put up a good game. I think, but by this time, you're already in November. I think Stroud's going to form into this fucking beastly quarterback. Yeah. So they might lose the Jaguars. That's 2 games they might lose. Broncos demolish the Broncos.
They should win that.
The Jets demolish the Jets. The Titans demolish the Titans. I don't think
pass all over them.
Pass all over them because they ain't gonna do anything that the fucking Bengals did. There's not gonna be this game's not gonna be the same like that. The Browns, maybe, but I want to give it to the Texans because I just think they're better.
Yeah.
The Titans again, and then the Colts.
Oh yeah, they could win.
They could win a lot of games.
Yeah. Wow. And before we move on. Kenny Pickett had a knee injury. Nothing serious. They came out today, say it was a sprained MCL, but I don't even want to talk about the Steelers. They're not very good. So
they're a dumpster fire. I feel bad for TJ Watt. He is in his prime, and they're just ruining his career. That's my opinion. They need to get rid of Matt Canada. They do 100%. That guy's trash.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I agree.
All right, going over to their Bucs Saints game.
There's not much here besides let's just talk Bucs. Mayfield look good.
I fucking told you so, Saints fans. Fucking told you so.
Well, to the Carr did play hurt. I don't know. He should not have played this week. They should have sat him and
I don't care.
Started Jameis Winston. He went out there like, I'm good. You're not good. You threw for only 127 yards. You make Olave look like he's a shitty receiver when he's a top 10 talent.
Yep.
It's not good.
Kamara didn't do anything on his debut, but I feel like
Kamara had 13 receptions for 33 yards.
And I blame Carr.
Dude. Yeah. Besides that, only big news here is Mike Evans had a hamstring injury, so they do have a bye this week. So that's a good little heal up. They said it was just a tweak; it wasn't a pull. So they said he should be ready for week 6.
I think the Buccaneers get better too. So yeah, but the Saints, Carr is exactly what I
figured that shit out.
Sorry, guys. He is your problem now. So
yeah.
All right, Eagles Commanders, fucking shitty game, bro. I don't understand.
I saw this game. I saw a lot of this game, man. Philly's defense I like it for fantasy. It's not good for real life NFL as far as like organizational. But I'm here for it. If you're willing to put on points on the Eagles defense, I'm here for the points for AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the Jalen Hurts
Swift RB1.
Swift is an RB1, but I feel like I hate the fact that Jalen Hurts is not playing like he was last year because he got all of his. Because I have Jalen Hurts in our dynasty, and I felt like he's gonna fucking dominate. I picked him in a couple of leagues. He got all of this shit in garbage time, bro. Like I don't understand how they almost lose to the Commanders of all teams. The Eagles don't look good. They barely scrape by.
This is the same offense, but they're just getting used to life without Shane Steichen. He moved on, and it's just you can tell they're missing something on offense. It's the same system, but with Steichen leaving, you can just tell there's something missing. So they better get it figured out because they have I don't even look at their schedule, but I'm just telling you they have a tough schedule coming up. The next 6-7 weeks in a row is crazy.
So I was reading that earlier today. Like a lot of people, and I think I 100% agree with it. Like the Eagles are not that good. So the next 6-7 weeks will be a real test for this team. They realistically speaking, they could lose the next 6-7 games if they continue to play at the caliber that they've been playing at. Like you said, something's missing. Yeah, they had such like AJ Brown finally goes off. Finally, fucking lets his owners fucking have points and win some fucking fantasy leagues because he was kind of sitting on the back burner for a first couple of weeks. And I don't know. I don't think the Commanders are good. I think they're better than what they have been in the past. But I don't think they're good because I just don't think the Eagles are good.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
That's true.
Any other comments, questions, concerns?
No, we'll touch on the Commanders, but all I gotta say is Sam Howell, you need to stop holding on to the ball and throw the fucking ball because you're not gonna last the season. He is projected to shatter David Carr's sack record.
Yep.
And you are not gonna survive the season if you keep holding on to the ball and not getting rid of it.
Yep.
And he's on pace for fucking 80 something sacks. It's ridiculous.
Well, at least he's playing well. Well, let's use the word sack to go into the next game.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'd like to start, and I'd like
you
to.
You got 6, right, or 5?
6. I'd like to focus on AOC this game.
First game, man.
First game, I agree, 100%. And he played exactly how I expected him. He actually played better than what I thought he was going to play. Yeah, he dropped the ball 3 times, but our O-line was not helping him at all. I think he held on to the ball a little bit too long.
Which is expected for
which is expected. I think he's still learning. I feel like in time, I think he's not elite by any sense of the word. So
no,
but I do feel that he just they need to continue to play him to see if he gets
develop around him. Yeah.
They need to develop around him. I think he'll learn.
See what we got.
But I don't think our O line helped him at all.
No.
Oh man, Jacoby Myers making
the run game didn't help him. Fuck, dude. Jacobs 17 or 58. Come on now, man.
What the fuck Jacobs our leading rusher and leading receiver. Like it didn't make any sense, bro. Well, I mean, did you see that fucking crackback block flag that Jacoby Myers got that wasn't even supposed
to have been flagged? Yeah.
What? Like the refs were on their rag on every single fucking game in this week. It's just crazy. I don't understand what happened, but it is what it is. So
Chargers came out of here with this. I mean, Herbert fractured a finger on his non-throwing hand. So I don't know if that showed. He was 13-24 for only 167. Did not expect that, honestly.
I don't think it showed because it happened in the fourth quarter. So
it did.
But he only went in for 2 drives after that.
Yeah, after that, yeah.
And he did throw 2 deep throws.
So that's something to look at, though. I don't know how that's going to play out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens going forward. But I think the team did what the Chargers were expected to do. I knew they were going to win because we were starting AOC. But I feel like AOC doesn't deserve – and you know what? To be honest, though, online, I don't see a lot of hate for him. I see a lot of support. There's a lot more hate for McDaniels. I think McDaniels' play calling was awful. Awful. Sometimes you're making why didn't he go for a 50-yard, 5-yard field goal when you have Daniel Carlson? What? You went for a punt instead of a field goal? It made no sense. I don't understand. I don't like McDaniels. Being a Raiders fan, I think he needs to go. He needs to go. And we need to tank and not get Caleb Williams. I don't like Caleb Williams. I think he's a great quarterback. I just don't like his attitude.
I love Caleb Williams.
He's a good quarterback. He's amazing. He's going to win the Heisman again, but I don't like his attitude, and I don't want that to come to the NFL because it's not once has a quarterback with that attitude that he has been good in the NFL. Baker Mayfield, trash. Zach Wilson, trash. Who else was trash that had an attitude like that? coming in?
Manziel,
trash. Like I don't want to reap that.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. Anything else to say on the Raiders Chargers game?
No, I just hope we tear it down.
Yeah, I know. Sooner rather than later, so I can stop wasting my time on Sunday. So when I said that I take back what I said in the preseason about who I predicted, I'm putting the Niners in that slot. They have no competition. They're Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah. I mean, I think we had them. No, I don't know if I said I had them in NFC Championship or Super Bowl, but this team,
I think Scott and Mike did, but they're kind of biased.
It's nasty. This defense, this offense, McCaffrey's a beast, man. He's out of this world. To be doing this at this high of a level for so many years, understanding he was hurt a year or so.
He's going to go down as one of the greatest running backs to ever play the game.
If you're in a conversation with Jim Brown, Emmitt Smith, you're doing something. And homeboy went bananas this week.
Yeah,
Ayuk fucking 6 for 4. Hey, I've been telling the guys, I love Ayuk better than Debo.
Yep. Better receiver. I think this is the best wide receiver running back duo in decades.
With the tight end.
Decades. Yeah, with the tight end.
With George Kittle, yeah.
And I don't necessarily like George Kittle's good in himself, but he's a battler and he opens that field for him.
And if they open him up, you got another fucking weapon. That guy's a phenomenal pass catcher.
Dude. I feel like I hate saying this, but whatever. Fucking Niners, they could win. They are going to win Super Bowl. Continuing to play at this caliber.
Yeah, they have an easy path, man, and I think we'll get to it in the next game. You see the game to the right of it, right?
Yep.
We'll get to that in the next game. But honestly, I want to touch on the Cardinals though. Josh Dobbs, not bad, man.
Yep, I was going to say that for going against the number one defense in the league.
Yeah, I mean it was close there for a while, but I mean this team had no expectations. I didn't expect them to win shit without Kyler Murray, but Josh Dobbs is showing something that he belongs in this league, man.
Mm-hmm.
He was about to be out in the league. They traded him from Cleveland to Arizona, and he's been looking good. Marquise Brown had a good game, and Michael Wilson, the rookie wide receiver, he's showing some good potential. He was supposed to be a first-round pick, but he had an injury and dropped him to the third. So they have a lot of pieces around here. So I mean, it's maybe the
makings of a good team in the next few years.
You never know. Yeah. So
I don't think they'll. I think we talked about this a lot. Maybe. Yeah, we talked about this a lot in the offseason where the 49ers have to win now, right? Because in the next few years, they're going to get dismantled. Like they just can't afford having the best of everybody forever.
And you got to pay Purdy eventually.
Yeah, you got to pay Purdy eventually. McCaffrey's, I don't know when he's going to be on his way out. You can't pay everybody. You can't have everybody every year. So I think the next 1 or 2 years they might win. So if they can keep this team together next year, they'll win again. Like that, they're playing at such a high caliber. But I feel like I agree with you. Josh Dobbs showed he did a lot better than I thought. He belongs. He belongs. So, all right. Anything else to say? Cards, Niners?
No, that's it.
All right, let's go to Zeph.
We can roll that to this game. We're talking about Cowboys Patriots?
Yes.
And I think the Niners are going to level that ass this week.
I 100% agree. And I don't think the Cowboys. So this is my problem with the Cowboys. They're demolishing bad teams. And people are saying they're like, this is the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. Nah, man. We'll see what happens. If I eat my words this weekend, I'll fucking say it next Monday. But the 49ers are going to eat them alive. And this is what happens with the Cowboys. They look monsters, right? They look good. They look like monster, but they're so inconsistent in carrying that forward, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's their problem. So when they get to the playoffs, it's a long road to the Super Bowl when you start that playoff run. You have to be consistent for many weeks just to get to win the Super Bowl, and I don't think they can do that.
No. And 3 out of the 4 weeks, they lost to Arizona, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say 3 out of the 4 weeks, this defense has spotted them a lead.
Yep.
Just like they did this week. They spotted them a lead. Dak doesn't have to do much. He doesn't have to play from behind. He just game manages. Mike McCarthy cannot hide Dak for that much longer.
Can't.
Dak is going to have to fucking come out. You pay him $40-45 million a year. He has to go out there. He has to go out there and show everybody that he is that fucking guy. Yep. Because you can't rely on your defense to spot you 14 points a game. or whatever it is, to be up 14-0 in the first quarter. No. Against the better teams, against the Niners, that's just not happening. You can't rely on turnovers. You got to go out there and score. You got to lead a drive, and I don't think Dak is that guy to do it. I mean, they put a shellacking on the Patriots, but come on now, we don't even know who the Patriots are. The Patriots I don't even think they have a starting quarterback on this fucking roster, to be honest with you. They bench fucking what's his name? Mac Jones for Bailey Zappi, and Ramondre had went 14 for 30. That was a horrible average, and just
they played a dumpster. I feel like the Cowboys demolished a dumpster fire team. So if they would, they did what they should have done in the Cardinals. But the Cardinals showed up. Like going over to the Patriots, because I think talking trash about the Cowboys and how great they are at times, but they can't win when it matters. It's the same story every fucking year. Yeah, but with the Patriots,
it's Tom Brady.
It was Tom Brady.
After all, it was not Bill.
It was Tom Brady. After all,
truthers out. It was fucking Brady.
Yeah, I think. Do you think Bill Belichick retires so that he could save himself the embarrassment?
I would. I honestly would be out, man. Like you can't keep going each year like this and not have that replacement for Brady. You know they're gonna after he retires, and Brady already retired. Brady's going to the Hall of Fame. I think Belichick will go to the Hall of Fame eventually. But when all the analysts sit back and be like, let's dig in. After Brady, what did you do? You had a losing record.
Nothing. Tom Brady ran that offense.
Yeah, for 20 years.
Bill Belichick has some good, he's a good coach.
Yeah, he's always a great defensive coach. Yeah, that defense is always good.
You need that offensive mind, and that was Tom Brady, man. He made Mike McDaniels look good. Not Mike McDaniels, sorry. McDaniels.
Yeah,
Josh McDaniels. Oh, I said Mike. I was thinking of the Dolphins. Yeah. He made Josh McDaniels look good. Like everyone thinks Josh McDaniels is offensive guru.
He's not.
Shut up. Like whenever I see somebody say that, I'm like, you're an idiot. Like you have no idea what you're talking about. When I just dismiss anybody that says that. You're done. Yeah. But I feel like this is the downfall. We're watching the downfall of an empire. Yeah. It's done.
Life after Brady. That's not good.
But it is what it is. So that's all I have to say on that game. Oh, Jets, Chiefs. Let's talk about your fucking buddy,
Zach Wilson. I watched this game. I watched all of it from start to finish. I mean, we all see the Chiefs defense the past couple of weeks. They've been playing good, man. They held the Jaguars in check in Jacksonville. Zach Wilson came out and he looked like okay. I don't know if you saw this game. If you were to go out there, strip the names and the numbers off their jerseys, Mahomes and Wilson, and you watch this whole game, and I told you to tell me into the game who was better.
Wilson, for sure.
Wilson looked better than Patrick Mahomes this week. Patrick Mahomes did not look very good, but Wilson he made some throws that were actually really good, and I was impressed about. And he got Garrett Wilson involved early. Garrett Wilson had one of the best games of the year. I mean, it's not a very good game, but yeah, he had 9 for 60. So, I mean, it's not a phenomenal game, but he showed life. The Jets showed life on offense.
So I have 2 comments, both on like the exact one in agreement with what you said, and the other one in disagreement with what you said. So those were my first 2 things I wanted to say. First, Mahomes looks bad.
He did look bad, yeah.
He looks bad just in general in comparison to what he has been over the past few years. And I don't necessarily think something's wrong with him. I think it's his talent around him. And that sucks because at a certain point where like, man, Mahomes can make magic happen. And I think this season's kind of showing us like, I don't know if he can make magic happen, man. Because Tyreek Hill was a big weapon that he had. And when he lost that, last year, though, I know they won it, but you had Juju Smith, who was better than any wide receiver they had on their team. Yeah, it didn't matter. Like Juju Smith was average. He's not he's not good. He's not one of the best. I wouldn't even consider him in top 10, top 15. He's average, but he's better than anything they have.
Then Travis Kelce, average receivers here,
yeah. Travis Kelce's good, but they're covering. Everyone's covering Travis. Once you cover Travis Kelce, what are you gonna do? Yeah, he's gonna get he goes 6 for 60. He's gonna get some points, but he ain't going for fucking 100 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns a game like he did the past couple seasons. and I feel like it's because they just cover him and they have no one else to throw to. So that was my first comment. Mahomes looks bad.
you're right.
I think it's his fault. It's the talent around him. Second, Zach Wilson, yes, he played better. 100% agree with you. He played better. But I don't give a fuck. He's still not good. I don't care what anybody says. You can't erase an entire bad season and bad attitude by one good game. I hate it when people fucking, he's different. Nah, bitch, he played one good game because everybody was talking the most shit. Their entire fucking, he's been the number one NFL topic this past week. Zach Wilson, this people talking shit on Zach Wilson. Everybody's mad. Zach Saleh, he's a Zach Wilson truther, and everyone's mad at him. The locker rooms, like they've been the number one topic the entire week, and that takes a toll on you. So you either gotta I gotta be better or not. But he's gonna go back to his attitude, man. I feel like I'll get off my chair.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think they said they opened up the playbook more. I mean, that's what Nathaniel Hackett said. They opened up the playbook more for Zach Wilson. That's why he did a lot better. So we'll see if that continues. I mean, I'm not an advocate for him, but he looked above average this week. So
he needs to carry it forward.
This week. Yeah, he needs to carry it forward. If not, he needs to be replaced, honestly. But I don't like the guy.
I will eat my words if he continues the rest of the season like this. If he's able to carry himself forward, I know they lost, but there are some contentious things in that game that are pretty fucking obvious. Like I would say that some of those refs were paid to make bad calls. I don't care what anybody says. You can talk shit. You can say I'm a conspiracy theorist or whatever. But there is no way in hell you missed that holding call on 3rd and 22 that basically gave the Chiefs the win. That you can catch a holding call in the middle of a bunch of dudes grabbing each other. But when
it was fucking mugged, he wasn't held.
When the dude was by himself, it was a one-on-one out in the middle of they could have had a spotlight on them and everything else darkness, and the ref misses that. I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. I don't care what anybody says. And this game proves to me why I have such an issue with the refs, man. The refs have no accountability. None whatsoever. They just keep cycling these refs, and when they make bad calls, there's no incentive for them to not make a good call. They should get fined. I feel like that's my opinion. You should get fined.
Or not ref the next week.
Lose some type of financial paycheck. Yeah. Like you made a bad call that was an obvious bad call. Now I understand if something can be contested. I completely understand that. But if it's an obvious bad call that you can fucking be looking it dead on and you say, I didn't see it. Something's going on there, bro.
The sideline judge and say, I agree. There's reffing that's not very good, man.
It just
and blatant calls.
Blatant calls, and there's no incentive for them to fix it. None. Like I don't understand why you just don't go. Like if you're gonna make bad calls, cool. We'll put a financial tax on
behind
it. I don't know, something a fine. Yeah. You're gonna get fined if you make a bad call.
So many, like there should be so many. Like you get 5 bad calls or whatever. Once or you hit 6-7 bad calls, and you start getting fined or whatever. 5 bad calls.
I know some people will be like, "Oh, they just don't bring them back." Okay, you know how many NFL games they are? There was they're gonna bring them back at some point, and they're just gonna continue to make bad calls. They need to have some type of incentive, and it's not a knock on refs. I'm sorry, but you guys make bad calls sometimes, and you need to be held accountable.
Crucial fucking moments, man.
In the most crucial moments, imagine today waking up. Not even today, last night. Imagine all of fucking X and. I don't even think they talk about sports on Facebook and Instagram. But imagine everybody on X fucking blowing up because the Jets won. Like we live in a different world today. Like everyone would lose their fucking mind. The Jets beat the Chiefs without Aaron Rodgers. And it was possible. It was 100% possible. The refs fucked it up for that game.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Mm-hmm. So I don't have anything else to say on that game. No, sorry, I went on my rant. I was pissed when I was watching this game, and I hate the Chiefs. Fucking hate the Chiefs. I want them to lose fucking bad. But Zach Wilson played well, deserved to win. The refs lost it for him. My opinion.
Yeah.
Going on.
You're a Raiders fan. It's all good.
The refs hate the Raiders the most. Fuck you.
This was a Thursday night game.
Thursday night game. Have you looked at the lineup for the rest of the Thursday night games going forward?
I've seen this week, and I don't think I'm going to watch football. Actually, you know what? I lied. I'm going to watch football, but I'm not going to fucking enjoy it this week.
Yes. every Thursday night game is just garbage time.
Prime time games, have not been very good.
I don't understand. Like,
they would have gotten it right though last night. That would have been Aaron Rodgers against Patrick Mahomes. That would have been a phenomenal game.
Oh yeah, I agree. If they would have gotten it right, they would have been great. That would have been a good game. I think the Jets would have demolished the Chiefs. Like,
I think so.
There's no way the refs could have made the Swifties all happy, you know. So I just, but talking about the Lions Packers, I think this game, it was very surprising to me because I felt like it was going to be a better game than we got. I feel like if Jordan Love played at the caliber that he played in the second half of this game, they could have won. Mm-hmm. But he just wasn't there in the first half.
It's been like that. He's always a third, fourth quarter quarterback this year, coming back for wins, and the first half is not his. I would say it's not his strong suit. I'd say to start off fast.
I don't know what it is, bro. Like,
he has it. There's something there. I think he could be really good. I'm not saying he can be Pro Bowl top 5 quarterback. I think he could be above average.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he hasn't had his supposedly number 1 receiver Christian Watson there to start the year. Romeo Doubs looks really good.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones has been out. I mean, so I want to see how a full offense around him looks.
Yeah. I don't think Watson makes him that much better. I think Love needs to figure out how to open himself up in the first half of games.
But they need a run game. AJ Dillon, you, sir. I'm not a professional athlete, but man, we all see it. I see it on TV. You see it on tape. He sucks.
Not good.
He's not good. He's not good. He's 5 rushes, 11 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not good. So they need a run game to protect him. Get the run game going, play action. That'll open up a lot more things. But they can't run the ball now. They're relying on him to throw the ball 36 to 40 times without having a sufficient run game. And we all know he's still a young quarterback, man. He's not ready to drop back to throw 40 plus times a game with no run game and the defense knowing that they're down and he has to throw.
We'll talk about the run game. Talking about the run game. What's your opinion on Montgomery having a monster game and not just like this game? Past few games, he's been pretty like monstrous and I'll say a presence on the field. And this is monstrous, right? He did run it 32 times for 121 yards. 32 times is a lot for such
not a very good average.
Lower amount, still lower average, but he still made an impact. I just feel like
for fantasy, it's good because Detroit, what they want to do, they want to pound the ball. In the red zone, they're going to fucking pound the ball. I don't think they really trust Jared Goff to throw. So if they're anywhere inside the 5, they're running that shit 3, maybe 4 times. If it's 4th and goal on the half-yard line, they're going to go for it and run it.
Yeah. Well, so what are your thoughts on the fact that Montgomery is getting all these touches and taking it away from Gibbs? I think a lot of people are disappointed.
I'm disappointed. Honestly, they need to give Gibbs more touches. Gibbs, you can see, is a more explosive back. We all see what David. It's not A-Chain, it's A-Chan. He corrected the reporter. So Devin A-Chan in Miami, what he's doing, the explosiveness. I mean, David Montgomery's getting these carries, but it's not sufficient with it, man. It's like 3.5 yards a carry. Gibbs averaging over, I want to say 5.8 yards a carry this year, almost 6 yards. This past game, he was, what was he? 8 for 40?
Yep.
5 yards a clip. I mean, they just got to get him more involved. They got to figure something out. So
I wonder if there's something there that we don't know.
That they don't know how to use their fucking running backs that are great athletes. It doesn't make sense. Look at DeAndre Swift. You have this. I always like DeAndre Swift. I've been saying it since out of college. If you give this guy, look what's going on in Philly.
Yep.
He's phenomenal, dude. He can be a great running back.
Yep. I agree.
So, I mean, they just need to get Gibbs more involved, honestly. Whether it's pass game, run game, figure it out. Give the guy 15 to 18 touches a game. What do you have this game? Let me see. He had 8. He only had 12 touches. 12 touches.
Nope, I don't want this. Ugh. I shouldn't.
Look at you. You over there. You don't even know what you're doing over there.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Your membership fucking expired, sir.
My membership expired.
No, he had 12 touches this week, and it's like
it is what it is.
You draft this guy number 12 overall to give him 12 touches a week. No, you need to give him 15 to 18 touches to see what's going on.
Yeah.
To open up this offense.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
I understand you want to use Montgomery in the end zone or whatever. The goal line, I understand that. Give him the carries there, but don't between the 20s. Don't give him 3 yards of carry. He's plotting. Get some explosive plays in there. Get the.
I wonder if there's like a offensive mentality there that they don't trust Goff enough to get them to the like across the field, so they're doing those short little downs to waste time off the clock to make the game quicker, so that they don't have to be in the game as long for Goff to screw up. You know, I don't know. There could be something out there. Yeah. They're winning games, so that's all that matters.
He has weapons around him. Laporta, St. Brown.
Everybody's doing well. I just feel like they got to do better. It's just not the offense I expected it to be.
I mean, the 3-1. I picked Detroit to win this division.
Oh, I think they're going to win the division, but I don't think they would stand a chance in the playoffs.
No,
they're going to get demolished. So it is what it is. But all right, Matt, that's it. I think that was the last game.
Podcast. Hey, it went a little longer than we thought, man. I mean,
hey, two guys. Who needs two guys and Mike?
Yeah, I got my mic right here. We don't need Mike.
All right. Well, thanks for staying for Two Mexican Amigos, and I hope you enjoyed the podcast in Spanish.
Yeah, we're gonna get some branding going for this. Rebranding or something.
No, thanks for being here for Two Guys and a Mic. We'll be back next week in full force with the two guys and Mike, but he's not here. I'm pointing at Mike, but he's not here. We'll be back next week in full force with all four of us. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate it, and have a good week, and we'll see you in week 5.